Hello everyone, hope you're doing well, hope you're keeping safe and I hope you're keeping sane. A few things I want to talk about in this video, so I'll crack on in a second. But first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Not just for watching, not just for subscribing, not just for commenting on the videos, which is greatly appreciated, but thank you to everyone who took part in the poll I recently put up on the community section here on YouTube, basically asking about the adverts that have been appearing on my videos. A couple of people have reported, some people just to give me the heads up, some people actively complaining and criticising about the fact they may have seen a gambling advert on one of my videos. Now the very first thing I must make clear is that I have absolutely no input as to what adverts appear on my videos. I have an option, I can monetize the videos or I can turn the monetization off, that's it. And in most instances I have monetized the videos. And in some instances I have turned the monetization off when I'm talking about a sensitive subject. So if I'm talking about, for example, gambling, suicide or mental health issues, the video will be demonetized by myself. Okay, but I wanted to know what people thought. I wanted to know whether, the vast majority of you thought this was an issue, and if everyone thought this was an issue, then it wouldn't stop me making the videos, but I'd have to consider demonetizing the videos, because ultimately the primary purpose of this channel was always to help people. It wasn't to make money, and for those of you who are worried that I am making money, I assure you, I'm really not. I think my AdSense says about 60 quid for the last 2 months, so yeah, I'm rubbing my hands together there. No, but in all seriousness, thank you to everyone who voted. The vast majority of people, or at least the most significant proportion of people, fell into one of two categories. Either the people who said they would support the channel, they support adverts regardless of what they are, even if there's the odd gambling advert in there anyway. And a few comments backed that up by saying, well, we can just skip it if we want to. And there was also a beautiful orchestra, an angelic chorus of complete apathy amongst a lot of people, to be honest. Nearly half of people just, I don't care, do what you want, it's fine, whatever. Which is, yeah, absolutely fine, and that's probably the camp I fall into myself, to be honest, when watching other videos on YouTube. It's kind of like, people monetize videos, whatever. See a gambling advert, skip it, whatever. But for those people as well who voted and disagreed with having any kind of monetization on the channel, thank you for voting. It's appreciated. I appreciate your input. It's not. I'm open to sort of constructive criticism. I think there's about 7% of people said that the channel shouldn't really be monetized in any way, and I sort of understand that. If you go to GamCare, you go to any kind of counselling, you go to any sort of support charity, then you don't expect to either be paying for it, and you don't expect them certainly to be sponsored or being paid to advertise anything, at least a little gambling. Of course, I'm not a charity and I don't have charitable status. I wish I did, because that means I pay significantly less tax than I do. But there you go, that's by the by. But thank you to everyone who voted. It's really appreciated. A handful of people also said they would happily financially support the channel in other ways. Couple of problems with this. Firstly, I think only film merch would be rubbish, and so I think I have a great idea. And also, I did consider having like a membership thing where you could sign up to the channel for like, I don't know, a couple of quid a month or whatever. But you're supposed to have tiers, aren't you, where you offer people extra stuff for subscribing and for signing up. And I thought, what can I offer people? I don't want to sort of say, oh, well, I'm going to offer you a more personal sort of, I'll respond to all your messages, or, personal support system. Because probably most importantly, I'm not an expert. I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a counsellor, and I don't want to be giving people incorrect advice. I just share my experience and my knowledge from the point of view of a recovering gambler. Secondly, I do like to try and get back to people when I can. I know I haven't been replying to comments as much as I'd like to, but I do generally try and get back to people as and when I can. Particularly if they're having a hard time and they're struggling with their gambling and they want a little bit of advice, or maybe just a shove in the right direction, a number or a link, or a referral to somewhere that might be able to give them the help and support that they need. I can't imagine being in a situation where I see one of these messages, or receive a DM or whatever, crying out for help or asking really for advice when people are at their lowest ebb. They may have hit rock bottom, they might be in a particularly dark place. I can't imagine receiving one of these messages and going, nope, I'm not replying to you because you didn't pay me £1.99 a month just to be a member of the channel. How disingenuous would that be? How counterintuitive, how counterproductive would that be to the original purpose of this channel? And so that's why I won't be doing that. So thank you to everyone, like I say, and everyone who wants to support the channel. The best thing you can do if you do want to support the channel is like, subscribe, notification bell, share it with people that you think might be helpful. Ultimately, that's why I like seeing those numbers go up, because it means I'm reaching more people, and hopefully, if not through myself, people are reaching out, they're finding help through my links or through you guys in the comments who are sharing great advice and sharing, you know, suggestions and support and everything else, and that's fantastic, and that's what I want to see. If you don't want to see gambling adverts on my videos, and if you don't want to see gambling adverts on any videos, or indeed any adverts at all, when you're watching YouTube content, then you can install ad blocker. Okay, I was going to put a link into the description below, but from what I can see, whenever you go through to one of these extensions, it develops like a unique URL, so I don't think it would work. But the best thing you can do, regardless of what browser you're using, I checked for Chrome and Firefox, and it seems to be available for those, is go onto Google and type adblock YouTube. Simple as that. And you'll get a link and it'll come up, and you can install an ad blocker that does exactly that. It just stops you seeing adverts on YouTube. You know, my apologies to anyone else out there who makes YouTube videos and makes money off AdSense, because of course we won't see that money. But what you can do, particularly with the AdBlock one itself, the one that's manufactured by or programmed by AdBlock, is you can actually put exceptions on there. So say you didn't want to watch an advert in front of my video. Okay, and I understand that. That's fine. It's your choice. Okay, but you're very, very happy to contribute 0.1 cent to Jake Paul to add to his stack of millions and maybe buy him a new Rolex, then you could add Jake Paul as an exception on the list. And then if you watch a Jake Paul video, then you get to watch all his 17 mid-rolls throughout his crazy vlog challenge, and you get to contribute to his retirement fund. So you can, if your favourite, I know that's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek example, but you can, if you do have a creator that you particularly want to support, you can do that. You can put them on as an exception. So just Google AdBlock YouTube and click the link and blah blah blah, install. It's just a browser extension basically, and it will help eliminate adverts from YouTube videos. So that's that. Thank you very much to all your support. Like I say, the best support you can do is like and subscribe. One comment said, and this is the last thing I'll talk about regards this survey. One comment said, "Well, you're basically an affiliate. If you've got gambling adverts on your videos at the front end of your video or in your mid rolls or whatever, you're basically an affiliate." Now I can say this: I appreciate you're not liking having adverts on the videos and disagreeing with that, and that's cool. But I'm not an affiliate, and I don't know. Maybe it's either you thought you'd throw that at me because you thought it'd be offensive to me, or maybe it just shows a lack of understanding about affiliation. Now, affiliation. For me to be an affiliate, I would have to have some sort of link with the companies that are advertising. And I have as much link with 777 or 888 Casino as I have with Wix or Lenore or those ball trimming razor things that always seem to pop up in your adverts. I've not spoken to any of these companies. I have no interaction with these companies, not had an email from them, and I certainly don't get any money back. If you click on the Ball Shaver 3000 advert and you watch an advert for the Ball Shaver 3000 and you click the link and you buy a Ball Shaver 3000, and good luck to you and your wife, then I wouldn't get any money. I wouldn't get kickback from that. In the same way as if you click on a link to 888 Casino, if an advert pops up, I don't get any kickback. You sign up to 888 Casino, I don't get any kickback. You sign up and you lose money, none of that money comes my way. I have no communication with these. It's totally decided by Google and by YouTube as to what adverts are displayed and what you do with that advert, whether you skip it after 5 seconds, which I strongly recommend, or you watch it, or you click it, or you interact with it. Nothing to do with me. I don't know. I don't have any pay for that. Google will no doubt get a kickback. I don't know how that works, but I'm not an affiliate, and it's a different thing. You know, you're happy to. I'm very happy for you to object to having videos adverts on these videos, but I must confirm I am not an affiliate. And if you do click on a link on a gambling advert, and I strongly recommend you don't. Obviously. It doesn't. I don't get anything for that. I don't want anything for that. And I certainly don't want you to do that. So if you are maybe susceptible to these adverts, then install the ad blocker. In other words, otherwise, sorry, just wait for that little box in the bottom right hand corner to pop up. It says skip ad, and just skip ad and crack on and watching my cheery face. One last thing I want to talk about. Someone put in the comments of another video, and they said, look, I'm struggling. I think he says his brother, it might be his friend, my apologies. My brother is currently spending all his benefits on football betting. He needs to be spending it on food and on his kids and all the rest of it, but he's currently squandering all the money he gets from his benefits on football betting. What do I do? How can I do this? And the bad thing is, and the bad news is really, until your brother or your friend, or in anyone's instance, anyone that you know that might have a gambling problem, until they are ready to address it themselves, there's not a huge amount you can do. You can be there, you can support them, but if you try and confront them about it, the chances are it's going to be met with resistance. It's going to be met with possibly denial, but also a level possibly of aggression and an argument, basically. The problem with gambling addiction, in the same way as alcoholism or anything like that, is that people who are wrapped up in the addiction, they may be aware they have a problem, and they're quite to berate themselves for it, and maybe in their heads they tell themselves that at some point I need to stop doing this, at some point I need to address this issue, at some point I need to get help for this addiction. And they will berate themselves, and they're happy to do that, and they'll do that time and time again. But what they won't have, and what they won't accept, is other people berating them, or other people bringing up, other people implying that they have an issue, or even trying to help. People will, if you're approaching a friend, a family, someone close to you who's got a gambling problem, you will be doing so almost certainly from the point of someone who cares, someone who's concerned, someone whose intentions are pure and are good, and you really want to help this person. But unfortunately, until that person is happy to accept and happy to admit to themselves that they have a problem, you're not going to be able to help them. They need to want to help themselves, not need to help themselves. They may already know they need to help themselves, but they need to want to help themselves. The two are vastly, vastly different, and I've said this in multiple videos. I knew I needed to quit gambling. I knew that gambling was causing me a problem, and I knew that I should seek help long before I decided that I actually wanted to. It's only when you want to. It's only when you want to change your life. It's only when you want to, actually take steps to make this happen that it will work. And unfortunately, for your brother, for your friend, for your family, other family member, whoever, any kind of intervention is going to be met with resistance. Okay, I'll make a separate video. In fact, I did make a video a little while ago about addressing other people with gambling problems. But at the moment, all you can do is be there, support them in other ways. Be there to talk to. If you see an opportunity to talk a bit more openly about gambling, maybe they've had a particularly bad day, a particularly bad loss, then there's an opportunity, a little bit of a way in to talking about alternatives, to talking about ways in which they can approach this if they want to do something about it, but they have to want to. Thanks as always for watching, guys. I'll be back very shortly with another video. Chuck us your suggestions in the comments below if you've got any ideas. And like I say, if you want to install that install GamStop, for God's sake, you do that. No, actually, number one, that's a good point. Very quickly before I go, if you're worried about gambling adverts on my videos or on any videos, because if you're I can't imagine I'm the only person you watch on YouTube. I can't imagine I'm the only gambling adverts you see on YouTube. You won't see just gambling adverts on YouTube either. You'll see them in your Hotmail inbox. You see them you go on the Daily Mail. You'll see gambling adverts pop up all over the bloody place, wouldn't you? Right? If you're worried that's going to tempt you, and I'm not belittling that, because it does. It's a trigger maybe. Then get GamStop installed. Then the adverts. Ignore the adverts, because even if you click on it, you can't sign up anyway. You can laugh in the face of the adverts. They're paying me 0.00001 penny to put that advert on that video, and they're not going to get any potential money back, are they? Because you've got GamStop installed. So do that. But failing that, just install AdBlock. See you next one. See you soon.